I just want to quickly address something before we carry on the podcast. Yes, I am wearing the same exact t-shirt that I was last week. It's got a stain on it though here. I think last week's stain was somewhere else. Uh, so you can tell this podcast is already going off to a roaring start. But welcome to A Cup of Tea with Isoa. Same cup. But yeah, here we are, episode 2. I've got more than 5 people watching. Oh my goodness. I thought I knew 5 people would watch. But I think we're at about... Hold on. Let me pull up. We only trust YouTube's metrics. For some weird reason. Facebook's metrics are weird. We've got 10 subscribers on the YouTube channel. Holy crap. 62 views. It's pretty nice. It's pretty good. I like that. But yeah, episode 2 here in the same t-shirt. But I just got out of hospital, so we're posting up. I can't even speak English right now. So we're posting up this English. What? So we're posting up this episode late. Alright, it's Saturday now. I was supposed to post this up on Thursday, but I got this charged earlier this afternoon, so we'll post this up tomorrow, Sunday, 6 p.m. But yeah, you know what, since I just got out of hospital, may as well just talk about health. And I'll just share about my health. Because I know a lot of you guys are probably wondering, how could he let himself get so big? And also, how is he so open with his mental health struggles? And we'll just start at the beginning. We'll just start at the beginning of when I was a kid. Apparently, the nurses and stuff when I was born over at in Hamilton, like at the hospital, they called me Little All Black, which is a major jinx, because I never played rugby at all, because I was such a big baby. I forgot how much exactly I weighed, but I was like 8 pounds or something, which is like, some kids are born bigger, but apparently they made the call that, oh, he's going to be a big kid. Turns out that's right. 6'3", 295 kilos. 98, 95, I don't know. And look at me now. Yeah. I mean, and since then I've only just grown. Yeah. Both my parents were overstayers here in New Zealand for like the longest time. Like, I think they only became permanent residents when I was 11 or 12. That's when I first started seeing the permits and the visas and their passports saying indefinite, so they were permanent residents here in Aotearoa. And yeah, but growing up was tough. It involved a lot of fast food, and I know a lot of people it'd be easy to turn around and blame your parents and stuff, and you know what? Yeah. In those formative years, definitely, my parents would be to blame for the shitty food that I did eat, but that's kind of all they had access to. And knowing that we are living in low socioeconomic areas, you're kind of surrounded by takeaways and shitty food, you know? Which is exactly what I kind of called Judith Collins out for last year. That she was just dismissive, that it's all personal choice, that you know, that you're only obese because it's all your fault. And I was like, no. New Zealand, Australia and America just exported all the shittiest food to the islands. All my parents and all that grow up knowing it's just the shittiest cuts of meat from the islands, and we come here and that's all we crave because it's all we know. Meanwhile, you guys have all the really nice cuts of meat over here. So yeah, growing up, my parents worked really hard. They worked as my mom worked as like a caregiver at rest homes. My dad worked in factories, and there was a certain point in time where they were both working night shift. My dad was working at a factory, and my mom was working as a caregiver at a rest home. But during the day, they were also cleaners at a school. My parents are OG hard workers, and here I am making it look like I don't give a fuck. My parents are amazing. So you can imagine that, time to sit down and cook out healthy meals and all that sort of stuff was a rarity. We never did that. And also it didn't help that we moved around a lot. Various different issues with my parents. We didn't actually, like, where we're staying right now, in our current house, we've lived the longest. Ever. Before that, we wouldn't live anywhere for longer than 2 years. So I kind of got used to just having the boxes for like certain things just ready to go, because we had to be ready to move at like, the drop of a hat. Living with family, overcrowding in like a three bedroom house. Living in garages, Every now and again we'd move into a flat or into our own house. A lot of the time we'd be living in like, the self-contained units, like converted from garages. We'd be living there. But again, that's all my parents could afford. And yeah, you understand that the food was atrocious. Yeah, when I was like 8 or 9 years old, I was already 87 kilos. When I was 10, I was already 100 kilos. So I was a pretty big kid growing up, and it wasn't fun. Got bullied quite a bit growing up as a kid. And to be honest, I didn't really have friends back in primary school. Like, my oldest friend now, James, we went to primary school together, but we didn't really become friends until like intermediate. And I think the reason why primary school was real tough was because we moved around quite a bit when I was living in primary school. There were certain points in like primary and intermediate where we were like living out of our car. So, having healthy food in the car is a no-go because you got nowhere to store it. Yeah. So yeah, I got bullied quite a lot. Growing up, and the bullying kind of like calmed down when I went to intermediate. Then I went to high school. I was like, whatever. Certain points I was the bully, I was the asshole, and I apologize for that because I know I'm an asshole sometimes. And it's one of my biggest regrets is being an asshole back then. Because I should know, because I've been at the receiving end of all that sort of stuff. But I kind of knew in the back of everyone's mind, like, bro, why the fuck is this guy so big? But I really started like getting bigger when I started at uni. Kind of like the stress of like last minute assignments and also being a part of student associations, all these pressures and stuff. You've got no time. $1.50 pies over a Munchie Mart all day. Late night study sessions. Only thing that's open late at night is like Macca's or Avachi or Sensational Chicken. All these different takeaway spots, and that's all we got. And you're kind of exhausted. You can't really make anything. So, I kind of just ate like all the shitty food in the world, to the point where all of my like I used to rock Dickies shorts all the time. Can't fit those anymore. All my like 5XL t-shirts can't fit those anymore. So I kind of just grew massive at uni. And yeah, I mean, and also at uni was where I kind of like triggered a lot of my emotional issues. And this is a recording. Yeah, uni is kind of where all my emotional and my mental health issues kind of all got triggered. It's no one's fault, to be honest. Growing up was tough. We all have trauma that we're carrying with us. Some know about it, some don't know about it. And sorry, this is a trigger warning. Tempted to take my life a few times. First time I tried taking my life was when I was a kid. 9 years old. Living at a garage. Both parents are gone. Rainy night, and I grabbed this knife. Oh, yeah, suicide, yeah, self-harm. And I go grab this knife. And I just go grab it, and I run the knife down my arm. And the knife was so blunt. I even switched to the other side. You know, the wrong side. The straight side of the knife. Not the blade. Not the edge, but... and that was sharper than the actual, you know? And that's back when I was a kid, like... I just kind of hated everything. I remember writing a lot, like, I hate my life. And... ugh. And someone call it, like, a plea for attention. Oh, he's just, like, he's not getting his way and stuff, but... Bro, imagine growing up, not really knowing where you're gonna stay. Seeing all these kids who live in, like, stay houses even. Or, like, have decent housing. Where you're bouncing from place to place. And... you're perpetually broke. So yeah, that's kind of one of the reasons why I think it happened. And also I was being bullied a lot when I was in primary school. Intermediate was where I was alright. Like, it's where I found my footing. Like, I kind of got my groove on. Like, I was a relatively smart kid. Growing up, I'm an average intelligence now as an adult. But, yeah, like, school was the one place where I could kind of shine. And then I went to high school and just, everything just kind of wasn't really motivated to do anything in high school. Kind of found I found my love for music in high school, even though I couldn't play an instrument. My poor parents couldn't afford lessons to do, lessons at school. Or outside of school. Like, I started learning how to play the drums and the keyboard and stuff, but we couldn't afford to pay for my lessons. But all the stuff that I've been carrying with me as a kid, like, kind of just all got brought up and stuff in at uni. And it was at uni where I had probably the most attempts at taking my own life. Like, I probably tried taking my life probably 4 or 5 different occasions, and the biggest one happened when I was like intoxicated one night and I was by myself. And I tried jumping off the Simon Street overbridge. Couldn't, because I couldn't get my leg up. But I think that was kind of where, it was really addressed that, I've got shit to work on. And I had to kind of sit with that for a long time. And I started going to counseling, and then I stopped counseling for a few years. And then Then went back and then stopped, and now I am back, which is really good. And and mentally I'm in a good spot. And the latest time I tried to take my own life was in April. Things just were really dark for me. In April, I didn't really have too much to live for, it felt like. I didn't have any work, really too much. Yeah, I didn't really have too much work going for me. I just lost my great uncle. I just broke up with my girlfriend at the time, and I was still fresh. And I just went out for a walk with the dog, and was about to tie the rope to a tree, but my dog wouldn't leave me alone. So me trying to tell my dog to run away, go away, and my dog not leaving me alone, sensing that there was something going on. My dog saved my life. And what people don't understand is that in those times when you're at your darkest, nothing makes sense. Nothing. Not your one sane thought isn't gonna do anything. You need to something completely out of the blue to break you out of it. And what broke me out of that moment was my dog. And I'm fucking grateful for that fucking beautiful thing. And since then, all the great stuff that's been happening to me, I just sit back and I'm like, man, imagine if Bear did run off when you kind of just let him go. Imagine all the dope shit that you would have missed out on if Bear ran off and you went through with it and you actually hung yourself. If I actually went through with it, I wouldn't have found my job that I'm currently at, which I love. I love working in the community, and I love that I get to use my skills. I wouldn't have I wouldn't have gone to Hastings. That trip to Hastings really changed me. It was amazing. I wouldn't have healed from the breakup. And I wouldn't have had the phone call where I ultimately found closure. I wouldn't have started this podcast. I wouldn't have started counseling. I wouldn't have met all these random people on Twitter and Twitter Spaces. I wouldn't have. I just wouldn't be here for a lot of things. So I'm grateful, to my dog. I'm grateful to Jesus, the Black Jesus. And I'm just grateful to be here, I'm still working through it. Just because I'm sharing my story doesn't mean I'm over it. But it means that I'm at a comfortable enough stage to let people know that it's okay. Everyone has dark patches. And that it's okay to go out there and seek help. Please, do it. You're fucking worth it. You don't know what you'll miss out on. Even though I just got out of hospital, you'll miss out on so many dope shit, so many dope things, because you chose, or because you let the voices take over. And it's hard. I know it's hard, but it's just find help. Please find help. You're worth it. You're amazing. See through this dark period, and you'll get there. I don't know what else I could say, but I'm here. Earlier this year, all that shit that went on, Now that I'm here, I've got amazing work colleagues. I'm talking to women. I don't know if I'm ready to date, but I'm talking. And I've got so many, like, projects on the way that I'm working on, this being one of them, that wouldn't be going through if I had went through with it. Shout out to my dog Bear, or his full name, Theodore Bear Ofahkai Kentucky Mullins Kawakimoto, for saving my life. And he's done that a few times. Yeah. And the thing about health, and, you know, me going through all my mental health stuff, me being always physically big, you know, at my heaviest I was 334 kilos. No, 334? No, 339. 339, yeah. And now where I am, where I'm like 298, I think, or 295. I can't remember. I literally can't remember. Man, it's a fucking struggle. I know a lot of people would be like, man, if I were you doing it for a year, you know, I'd be further along. Well, good for you. You don't just wake up one day and master the art of clean eating. That shit's fucking hard. Especially when you've got like 27 years before that of shit eating. Undoing all these bad habits is a nightmare. It's a challenge. But we're working on it. But the thing that strikes me the most, and I kind of spoke to the doctor about it, who was discharging me at the hospital. And I go, it's so weird that the year where I get serious about my health, I'm in and out of hospital. And he goes, what do you mean? And I go, last year after I'd finished a 4-week challenge where I lost 24 kilos in 4 weeks, I ended up with a blood infection in hospital for a week. And it took me 8 weeks to recover from it. After we finished doing another challenge at the dojo, I ended up with a stomach bug, where again ended up in hospital for just an overnight thing, and came out, but I was out. I couldn't exercise for 10 days because I was just in and out of the toilet taking shits and vomiting. And then my uncle's funeral not too long ago, car runs over my foot, think I'm the man, walk it off for 2 days, end up in hospital for an overnight stay. Yeah, really just needed to rest my foot. And then that was when level 4 lockdown was announced. And then I'm in hospital again for another infection, cellulitis in my right leg. Everything else was on my left leg. For almost a week-long stay, pretty much. No, not week-long. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah, 4-day stay in hospital. And he just goes, oh, you know, it's probably just bad luck. And I'm like, maybe. Or maybe these are just extra challenges just put in my way, just to build up my resilience, as if my life hasn't already been a shit show as it is. You know, I'm watching people literally get married, have kids, buy houses, and I'm just like, I have a dog, I live with my parents, I have all this debt, I still haven't finished uni yet, but yeah, life is fucking great, you know. But you know, who said it was ever going to be easy? And this is just another layer, this is just another challenge that's just kind of put before me. If you're wondering why the camera randomly cut, it's because the camera died. Yeah. Camera died mid-thought, which was fun, because I didn't have the thing plugged in properly, but we're back now. Anyway, See, I still don't know what I'm doing with podcasting. And I'm a professional photographer. I'm a professional videographer. People pay me to do shit for them and I still don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, with all like going to hospital and stuff, I still find it weird that all these challenges have been added on. The year I take my health seriously. Is it raining or something else? I don't know. The year I take my health seriously. Like multiple trips to hospital, setbacks, disappointments when I go weigh myself, small little niggly injuries. I mean, I guess that's what happens when you're pushing yourself. You know, all these trips to hospital and little injuries is how you know you're pushing your limits. And building that is hard. Because pushing your limits is not fun. I love working out. I love all of it. I hate the recovery time. If I could perpetually work out all day, all night, shucks, I would do it. Which is why I guess a lot of people turn to stuff like, you know, steroids and TRT or performance enhancing drugs, not just for the competitive fix, but because they have an addiction to just keep going, you know. But your body needs to rest, your body needs to recover. Anyway, yeah, so while I was laid up in hospital and the doctor was like, oh yeah, it's bad luck, I kind of just thought to myself, man, I could have given up so many times over the past year and a half. And I have. Don't get me wrong, I have turned to eating shit. My eating is still varied, inconsistent, but going to the gym, going to the dojo has become a habit, and it's taken over a year for that habit to develop. I can't, you know, even though we're in lockdown right now, like it's become something I need to do. I have to do it. I have to go to the gym, just like I have to sleep, and I have to go for a shower. You know, like, so I'm missing that so much right now. And you know, one of these times I'll invite Fale on to the podcast, and we can not only learn about him, but also like kind of just how we kind of met and ended up at the dojo. But yeah, like, yeah, what really prompted me to like end up with this latest serious push with my weight was that I was at a sports camp in Matamata in Totara Springs, and I realized the amount of drugs I was taking just so that I could function, just so that I could walk. I have back problems, in case you guys don't know, and the morning Kobe Bryant died, it was morning time here in Aotearoa. I'm sitting there waiting for the drugs to kick in. Mind you, I'm taking Tramadol, I'm taking diclofenac, the triangle diclofenac, not Voltaren, and I'm taking Panadol. And I still need to take them just so that I could walk. That's when I had realized, Isoa, you're failing yourself. You can't even do the basic shit. You've let yourself go in this manic, depressive hole you've dug yourself over the past year and a half, 2 years. Now you can't even do basic shit like that. So then I came home after that and I started doing just little exercises, ones that I could do. I was doing squats off my chair. I could do 20 squats on the chair, and then I'd try and do sit-ups, but I couldn't even get my shoulders off the ground. That's how crazy it was. Couldn't even get my shoulders off the ground. And then I'll do like knee raise curls things. I'll do 20 squats, 20 sit-ups. No, not sit-ups, crunchies. and then 20 knee raises. And I do that 3 times. That was a mission. And I was just over here in my room. False starts and little stuff. But I would keep coming back because I felt like I was gonna die. If I maintained the trajectory of where I was going, had I come back from the camp and just decided, oh, I don't care, I'd be dead now. No doubt. I would be dead. Yeah, I would be dead. And then lockdown happens. The first level 4 lockdown here in Aotearoa. And then I just carry on doing my workouts. It's how I maintain normalcy, a sense of normality throughout that time. Yeah, I found a little bit of work and stuff, but yeah, I found that it was just kind of just the way I could deal with things. And then post lockdown and everything, and I was starting to look into gyms because I had realized that this is the best I could do with the knowledge that I had. And by that point, it was like May. And by that point, my workout consisted of, it was still 3 sets, but it was 20 squats, 20 crunches, 20, they're kind of Russian twists, but like I was still lying on the ground, 20 knee raises, 20, tricep dips off the side of this couch here, and 20 push-ups. So, from the 3 exercises, it became 6. Was it 6 or 7? Hold on. Squat, knee raise, crunchy, Russian twist. 6. It became 6 exercises. But yeah, and sporadic walking around the blocks as well. I still wasn't doing that much walking. And I was just gonna go sign up at the YMCA, and I remember just seeing like an interview of Fale, and I was just like, oh, you know what, let's go check out the dojo because they're doing community classes. And then end up there for my first session, and I was like, holy shit, there is so much that I need to learn about fitness, but also group fitness is a whole nother buzz. I've missed group fitness, and this is from after about 9-10 years since my last group fitness buzz with my mate Fenton when we were over at Les Mills. Believe me, I've tried and failed so many times to lose weight. It's not even funny. But yeah, this time it's stuck. This time fitness is now a part of my daily life. And right now, like, with the fact that I could barely walk around the house because of my infection, like, is frustrating. It's fucking frustrating. But that's life. You just gotta take it in, recover, rest, and then get back into it. But so when I realized at the end of the lockdown that this is all I knew about fitness, like my eyes were like unlocked after my first few sessions over at the dojo, and I was hooked. I loved it, and my parents started seeing the results. Because I still can't drive. My parents, my brother, take me over to the dojo. And if it's my parents, they'll just wait. And if it's my brother, he'll either join or just wait. But I think they kind of get now that, it's not only helping me physically, but mentally as well. Like, I would have these, before last year, like, I was in a deep rut. Bad rut. Like, just mentally, even though I was preaching mental health and all that stuff back then, but I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. And I still didn't know what the fuck I'm doing, but I'm doing more now than I was back then. Because I'm actively working on things. Last year I was getting my physical fitness right. I was getting my physical health right. And now that's become part of my daily routine. Now it's my mental health, where I'm seeing a counselor and I'm seeing her every week. And she's wonderful. She's definitely opened my eyes to a lot of like past behaviors that I have, and we've addressed a few things. And I'm working on a lot of things, and what I like about it is that it's just gradual. All of it's just gradual change. Like my physical health is what I was working on last year, and I'm still working on it now. And then now it's my mental health has become, so I'm building all these healthy habits over a long amount of time so that it's become sustainable. So that it all, because don't you guys realize that when you just crash diet, when you like just throw yourself into stuff, it's not long term. It never lasts because you're bound to relapse. You're bound to like just go back to what you know. And gradually removing these small behaviors that I've been dealing with for 2 decades is helping a lot. But yeah, just like I've said in the past, I'm pretty sure you can't undo 20 plus years of bad habits overnight. Here we are 1.5 years in, and I'm still big. I'm still mentally unstable-ish, but I'm in a way better spot now than when I was last year, than when I was 2 years ago, than when I was 3 years ago. So, where I'll be in a year's time, I don't know. Where this podcast will be in a year's time, I don't know. But all I know is that the way I'm currently going right now, it'll be in a good place. And yeah, working on health is hard, and it's completely up to you to work on it. But you've got to do it. If not for the people around you, you've got to do it for yourself. Because look at all the amazing things that you're going to miss out on. I've watched my 20s literally walk by me. My best friends, my high school boys, they have all these awesome stories and stuff with them hanging out in town. I'm not there. You know why? Because I'm antisocial. A lot of times. Yes, I'm a social butterfly. I know that. But I spent most of my 20s just being depressed. And do I look at it with a whole bunch of regret? Kinda. But if I didn't go through all of that, I wouldn't be here right now. And I know that Isoa in 2022 would say the same thing. Again, these are all just building blocks to something great that I don't even know what it's going to be. All I know is that when I'm working on myself, when I'm working on my own health, when I'm working on my own physical health, my mental health, it kind of influences, or it kind of has a cascade effect or domino effect on not just every other aspect of my life, but it has an effect on other people's lives. I didn't start posting up all my fucking workout videos and shit for clout and any of that stuff. I just posted it because I wanted to have a diary of all of my workouts. I just wanted to have I just wanted to document myself. And I'm thankful that I did because, all of a sudden people are, approaching me on the street and they're like, man, you're so inspiring. And I'm like, oh, thanks. Thanks. Like, I find it weird. When people do that because I don't know how to take a compliment. I don't know how to I don't know. And it's a lot of things that I'm working on. So yeah. It's tough. But no one said this shit was ever gonna be easy. And if it was easy, everyone would be fucking doing it. Like, legit. Everyone would be fucking doing it. So yeah, did the thought of giving up on my own physical and mental health, did the thought on giving up on all of it cross my mind when I was in hospital? Yeah. Because I was like, bro, how come when I was eating like shit and not working out and all of that stuff, how come back then I was never in hospital and now I'm in hospital like just as much as the seasons change? So, what does that mean? I want to give up? Fuck no. I ain't giving up. I've given up too many times to not be able to see this one through. So yeah. I don't know how long this episode of the podcast is. All I know is that, fucking hell, Dion. Wait, Dion! Wait, I'll jump on soon. I'm just finishing my podcast. Yeah. we got a Zoom meeting going on with me and my mates. Yeah. I don't know where I'm gonna be. I don't know where this is going. All I know is that I just want to talanoa and share. And so far it's just me, because we're still in level 4 lockdown. Hopefully next week or something we'll have someone else on. But yeah, I'm really sorry guys that this episode was up late because yeah, your boy was in hospital. Oh wait, also yeah. One thing I also wanted to address was obviously because I'm still winging shit. Bro, I know it feels like I'm a freaking walking like a walking shit, what's that fucking word? It feels like I'm a walking why am I thinking constipation? That's not the word. Like I'm a walking damn, I've lost the word. This is something I'm realizing a lot more. Dion, don't you start. This is something that I'm realizing a lot more now, is that I'm finding myself, I'm lost for words. What's something that you do, but it's like the complete opposite of what you do? Yo, D, what do you call that? Someone who does something but does the complete opposite?
Hypocrite.
Nah, not a hypocrite. Oh, nah, what's another word for hypocrite?
Nothing's coming to mind right now.
It starts with a C. It starts with a C.
I can't remember.
It's like, Damn it! Not paradox. Say something but do something else. I'm Googling this, guys. I'm Googling this. This is how lost I am with this. Contradiction! That's the word I'm looking for. Thank you, Dion. Contradiction.
Hi.
Wait, can you say something?
Can you hear me?
Oh my gosh. You may as well be a guest on the podcast right now. Dion
has just entered the chat.
Dion's just... Yeah, so... I'm just finishing up. Dion's one of my oldest mates. Dion's like... from high school. So I'm just telling these guys about how I feel like I'm a walking contradiction because I called out Judith Collins, the Talofa bitch, and how she just dismissed obesity, but at the same time, she dismissed it as like your own personal choice, and then here I am making my own personal choice,
Right.
right? So it feels like I'm a bit of a contradiction, but
I think everyone has that in them to actually do stuff like that.
yeah.
It's everyone's not perfect. Like everyone's gonna at least do something contradictory. I think.
So do you think I'm like contradictory in what I'm doing?
No, because you're actually doing something about it. Like you were going gym and you were like doing your best to like at least like do something about your weight. Like you're actually trying to change. No, that's
Well,
everyone wants to change.
yeah,
Just
but it's like
put a bit of
but it's like I made that personal choice, right? I made that personal choice to change, even though I'm still in the same environment. The environment that I called out Judith on.
right.
Yeah. I mean, it's complex, but I do feel a lot of the time that I am a contradiction. But yeah, then again, who's perfect? But do I ever just walk up to people and slap the chicken nibbles out of their hand when they're eating it? I'm like, no, because I like chicken nibbles. And also it's rude. Like, it's bad manners. But yeah. So
How was your day today, bro? Like straight up, like, cause I know you just got out.
bro, I'm just happy I'm out of hospital, bro. Like, I got both my wristbands here.
Right.
I'm not gonna like show you guys the side because I don't want you guys to know where I live. But got my wristbands here.
Right.
Like, I'm happy to just be home. Yeah. And I'm grateful that I am home because it means that I'm getting better, and then that means it's one step closer to the new kettlebells. Which I have to say, thank you, Guffs, for the new kettlebells. I want to play with them next week.
Get it, oops. Get it.
Yeah, man. Guffs, she's cousins with one of the co-owners at the dojo. She gifted me some new kettlebells, and I'm thankful for that. Mad thank. So yeah, I'm gonna put them to good use. But I don't know. Oi, do you think we're gonna get out of like level? Do you think we're gonna get out of level 4 this week or nah?
I think we're gonna keep going because there's just cases just popping out of nowhere.
Bro, 20 new cases today, man.
Yesterday, I felt like it was going down, and I was like, maybe this is a sign it's gonna go even more down, even more. But it's like you go outside and there's people fucking walking everywhere.
Oh my gosh, those people need to get shot. Hold on, I want to record this
Right.
so that people can see you.
Recording in progress.
This is gonna be interesting to edit. This is gonna be an interesting podcast to edit. Okay.
Did I?
You're my first. You know what? You know you're my first guest on the podcast.
Hello. Hello, everybody.
So this is like a half Zoom, half fucking podcast.
You can't see me.
But yeah, hey guys, this is my friend Dion, who's just popped in, and I think we're about like 40 or something minutes in deep in this podcast. and today we're just talking about my health, bro. And I was telling these guys like, man, I've been overweight my whole life. I was the bully back when I was a kid, and then I bullied a little bit back when I was in high school. Multiple attempts at running away and taking my own life, but I'm grateful to be here.
Yes, we are.
Because if all those things didn't happen, Merry freaking Christmas. I wouldn't be here right now. And bro, I gotta say, man, you're like one of the people who have been there for me like since day one, man. And I appreciate you so much. Love you, man.
Love you too. But also, I don't know what Beta Mans is. I have no idea what that is. Okay. Just on that note.
It's Betamax. It's the thing that shoots the like things out of their belly, bro. Oi,
Who's ever heard? No one's ever heard of that.
bro, it was Betamax. Oi, it was Betamax.
Everyone knows SpongeBob. Nobody knows what that is.
I didn't like
Betamax.
I didn't like it when people.
I remember Mega Man.
I don't like it when people go back and change history, especially people. It was Betamax, bro. Betamax was on TV. You're like, is that Betamax? Yeah, yeah. And then my mom was like, yeah, come inside. And I was like, yeah, man, this is Dion. We just made that stool.
So to give a bit of context, I guess, it's like I used to walk from like my house and I used to go uphill, but then like
wait, can you show your face? We want to see your face, man. Gosh. Wait, you can't be on my freaking podcast and then you show your mouth?
There's the face right here. Right here.
Oh, fucking anyway, carry on with our origin story.
So I used to walk up like past Sandringham Road, go up the hill, but then like Isoa used to live there. And I remember just like walking past and always seeing like Isoa's mom. She would always say hi and stuff while I was walking to school, because I remember like after the first day, you kind of like, you kind of get to meet everybody. But I don't know. You were talking about something during like third form, because like how all the boys just like gathered together.
Yeah.
I remember you said something like ages. You said something that I was like, oh, man. I think we were talking about rapping or something. It was like it was some music thing, and then you gave your knowledge of it. I was like, oh shit. And then we went like then like walking back and always like we'd always I think I would always walk home by myself, and then like I think I going down the hill, and then I think I remember seeing you watching like SpongeBob or
because like my living room was like everyone could see it from the
street. Like while you were walking past, right? Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that was yeah. And then
man,
I think from time to time we all start like, do you remember Jenny?
Yes. I miss Jenny, man.
It used to be us three walking back from school. Yeah, and then
it was like, do you remember Natapong and Ariane and all that, man?
Yeah, I remember you used to say like a joke about that name.
Yeah, like it was man. Bro, do you know it's been 10 years since Hina passed away?
I know, that's why I asked you for the video thing. Do you know the one that him and Redmond are doing the tagging?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have that raw file anymore, bro.
Do you have it on the thing? Like, can you take it from Facebook?
On Facebook, yeah. But I don't have the raw file for it. It's probably on one of my dead drives, bro. And for those of you guys who are watching, it's Cena was a friend of ours. We kind of had a falling out towards the end of his life. But yeah, our friend passed away. Car accident, yeah.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Cena.
Yeah, rest in peace, bro. He was just on a path of like a real dark path, self-destruction. But Cena was incredibly he's an innovative little bastard, that guy. Like, talk about thinking outside of the box. Posty Plus would think out of a box in a heartbeat.
Good times.
Conniving, but bro, that dude is freaking smart, man. And 10 years ago.
He just hated his photo getting taken or like being videoed. It's just
Yeah.
because Cena used to be a graffiti artist,
Yeah, so
and he did not like having his photo taken.
nah,
That was the
he
whole thing.
hated that.
So Isoa used to take videos all the time at school, and like if the direction is in Cena's like direction, he loses his shit. It's funny.
Yeah,
It was the funniest.
yeah. Like I've got so many videos. I've gotta find it if I still have it. But
That video, like I remember watching it
Yeah.
because I used to just like see all the like video footage they used to take, especially like during school. And there was that one where like it's just like a random one, but you take like a second one because that one was just like a practice.
yeah. Oh, bro, but
And
we had to convince him to do it.
yeah, well, Redmond actually, I feel like Redmond did too.
Redmond-
I think those
Yeah,
went up to
we were like, Cena, bro, come on, man, just
nah. Also,
because
also
you guys were doing your handshakes too.
they would just take ages.
Yeah, and I remember Cena and Redmond were like, bro, that handshake sucks. And then we're all like, oh yeah, oh yeah, let's see your handshake then. And then like they did it, and they were all just like, fuck. I would post the video here, but no, I'm keeping videos of my deceased friend private because that's how he wanted it. And also only my Facebook friends can see it. But yeah, man. Shit, we were supposed to be talking about my health, man. Shit.
You brought it up, and then just went into this. So
And somehow now you're my guest on the podcast. But yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in. Next week, hopefully we'll have a guest. We'll see. This is Dion, by the way.
calling me by my government name. We better stop.
What's your frog's name? Do you actually have a name for your frog?
Yes, I do.
What's their name?
His name is Kittle.
His name is Kittle, like kettlebell.
Kero.
Oh, like Kiroberos from Cardcaptors?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, because that's how you say his name. But Kittle is the sound that frogs make in Japanese.
Oh.
So if any anime or anything, for some reason in every anime, there's this frog at least once in the anime, just like walking around, like doing this thing.
So you named your frog after the sound that frogs make.
That's actually what his name is, anyways.
Oh, Kettle.
Kettle-chan.
Oh, wow. Well, I thought it was Kiroberos, but I'm stupid.
Just the first one.
Oh, goddamn. I'm sure I've asked you this question before.
Probably.
Yeah. Well, all right. Let's end the podcast here. Do you want to say what's up to anyone? Do you want to say what's up to anyone, D?
To the boys. Suburbs.
James,
Somewhere, buddy. Do the handshake.
Yeah. Dad? Boy? Yep. See, that's what it's like shooting a podcast in the Tongan house. Yeah. But yeah. Shout out to all the boys. If you guys are watching.
What was the thing that used to say? Was it the Demon Squad thing?
Oh,
what was the name? What was the name?
It was like Demon Squad fam gang squad. Demon Squad.
You had the t-shirt too.
I had the t-shirt. The t-shirt's like faded away. It's over there somewhere. If I could, as soon as I can fit it, I'll wear it.
What does it stand for again?
It was like DSFSG. Yeah. DSFSG. It's like Demon Squad, Fam Squad Gang. We said squad. This is all Fenton's fault, bro. This is all Fenton's fault. I'm telling you. Oh shucks. That's why I never
Cause
trust.
he drew that thing, eh? He drew
Yeah. He did like the design and everything. Man, if there's one person that I could like wish I had the skills of, man, it was Fenton, man. That dude can draw. If I had Fenton and Jerome, bro, Fenton and Jerome are the most gifted people I know. Zaya's another gifted person, bro. I freaking love that dude's mind, man. I freaking love all the boys.
Mhm.
You bastards.
There you go. Did you like the video though?
Which video?
The one for your birthday.
Yes. Yes. I actually recorded a reaction to it. I just haven't edited it together.
Right.
So I'll post that up soon.
So the backstory of mine is like I took 3 videos. I took 3 videos trying to say it because I was trying to send it to Alpha, and then Alpha was like, just send them all. Because I was like, I have 3. So out of the 3, he picked that one because I was just like mucking around. See, like James' one is like legit, right? His one's got like all the like, and then that's why I'm doing like, that's why like Fenton at the end is like, also Dion, if you're reading this, if you're watching this, don't even do that. So it's not even my fault, bro. It was freaking like Alpha. I was like, bro, like, and then Alpha was saying like to me, he was like, bro, you know, when I looked at the videos, like out of all of those 3, the one that I posted is so you. That's the most you freaking like out of all the boys. Yeah.
That video hit me at a good time and a bad time. Because it hit me, well, I think I saw it the week after my birthday.
Right.
Or something. And I remember watching it and I really wanted to cry. But I was literally all cried out. You know that song like and I'm all cried out. I didn't know that that was a thing that you could be cried out. But I was all cried out from the funeral. And I remember watching it and I was just like, bro, like I've never felt so loved. And that completely blanked on my mind when a couple weeks later I tried to freaking hang myself, bro. You know?
But you're still here, right?
Yeah. I'm freaking grateful I'm still
Yeah.
for you bastards. Love you all so much. But yeah, man. I appreciate you, man. I freaking love you, man. And shout out to Alpha, the freaking maniac.
It was his idea.
He
Because I
started.
think, yeah, it was his idea too.
Yeah.
We had a group chat for you. They were just like, but even the group chat itself, because I was like, I sent 3, I
Yeah.
put it all in the group chat, and then everyone was like laughing. So they were like, oh, we're picking this one.
When he edited it in the style of my vlogs,
Yeah,
had the beginning and the end, and I was like, fuck. But I can't.
did the beginning get you, bro?
You know what? I haven't even gone back to watch it. I've got to watch it again. But I only watched it that one time.
Watch it again.
Yeah, I'll watch it again, bro. But that video freaking touched me here, man. Like, I'm so used to being the one who's editing stuff for people that when people like do it for me, like what is it? Alpha did it for me, my friend Therese did it for me at uni. Like it's weird. I kind of don't know how to react, you know?
You made such an influence on a lot of people, to be honest. You have. But then again, I feel like the boys have tried to, you know, we do our part.
Hey man, I'm just a dumbass with the camera. You guys are just I'm just grateful for all of you guys, man. But yeah. You know what? Let's actually end the podcast. All right. So me and Dion are just waiting on a whole bunch of our Twitter mates to jump on the Zoom call. And yeah. we shall see all of you wonderful people next week. I don't know if I have a guest next week, but we'll see. And also, I got to get some extra gear if I am going to have a guest. But yeah, love you guys. See you on episode 3 of the podcast. Oh, he's got some Asahi. Humana, 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 bye.